Welcome, Woodford artists, back to my kitchen table. Now, I've been reading a lot of news articles lately, and my favorites are articles about artists and how they're dealing with COVID-19. And a recent article that I read was about a painter named Steve DiBenedetto. Now, Steve DiBenedetto lives in New York City with his wife, who is also an artist, and a 16-year-old son. And instead of making paintings, he's doing works of art on paper with crayons. And that, of course, made me think of you. His beautiful works are like a piling up. That's how he describes them, a piling up of line. He'll start a line on one side of the paper and have it travel to the other, start a new line. The lines will run into each other and pile up and create shapes. And then he'll fill those shapes with color. It makes me think of a quote from another artist named Paul Klee, who says a drawing is like taking a line for a walk. Now, Steve DiBenedetto is known as a New York painter. The New York School of Painting started a while ago with some very famous artists. One you might know, whose name is Jackson Pollock. And my favorite New York School painter is Richard Pousset Dart. Now, when you look at these works of art, you're not going to see a lot of stuff. You're going to see, sometimes you might spy something that maybe might look like an eye or something that might look like a plant or an animal form. But mostly they are a piling up of materials, a celebration of materials, a beautiful celebration of surfaces. When you create works of art like this, and some of us know that this art is often called non-objective art. It's a celebration of line, shape, color, and texture. Now, I've been inspired by the New York School and Steve DiBenedetto and Richard Pousset Dart to make some drawings of my own. This one, I used every color in my crayon box to start my tangle of lines. And then I filled in all of my spaces. And then I went back into and on top of everything with some black. And then I used different tools to scratch off the black to reveal the color underneath. That's called crayon etch. You want to create your own drawing inspired by these artists. Start with a piece of paper and just begin creating your tangle of lines. Start on one side of the paper and have your line walk across to the other side and just create your tangles. And when the lines start to pile up, then you're going to start discovering different, beautiful, interesting shapes. You can take your crayons then and begin filling in those shapes. And then what I did with the black to create the crayon etch, I covered up some of that color, nice and dark, and then I took some tools, and you could use a pair of open scissors. This is a stick that you might use for a shish kebab. I took a plastic fork and cut off some of the tines, and then you can just take that and then draw and scratch away the black to reveal the color underneath. So that's what's happening here. All right, so take a line for a walk, celebrate your crayons, and have fun being creative. Until next time, Woodford artists, bye-bye, love you.